If the balance on Nancy's utility bill changed from negative $10.14 to negative $25.66, did her balance increase or decrease? Explain your answer by representing these quantities in an inequality. So if we went from negative 10.14 to negative 25.66, did we go down or did we go up? Julius. Up. So what you're saying is negative $10.14 is less than? Yes. I mean, no, I'm not going to talk about money now. So what you're telling me is the number negative 10.14 is less than negative 25.66. Think about the number line. Which one's farther left? 25. Okay, so even though when we talk about money, we're going to look at it a little differently. Right now, if I just looked at a number line, just put that bill on a number line, would that bill have gone down or gone up? Down. So even though that's a little confusing, which is why we're doing this one together, okay? Nancy's balance decreased because, and then I'm going to put a little inequality, because see how it asked us to express this quantity in inequality? Negative 25.66 is less than negative 10.14. Okay, the less than symbol is found above the comma. And when it asks us to express these quantities in an inequality, this is the inequality right here. That's what they're asking us to do. Okay, so if we're just straight up looking at the balance, that means putting numbers on a number line and seeing where they are. Negative 25.66 is a smaller number than negative 10.14. Does everybody understand that? Okay. And this says, did Nancy's credit, the money owed to her by the power company, increase or decrease? And explain your answer. So remember in the introduction of this tutorial, when Nancy had a negative 10 balance, the power company owed her $10, right? She had a $10 credit. So we want to look back at those numbers in part A and understand if we went from negative $10.14 to negative $25.66, did the credit, the money that the company owes her, go up, increase, or go down? So what happened to the credit? What happened to the credit? Alana, what do you think?
It went down.
So it started at $10.14 that the company owed her, and it went to $25.66 that the company owed her. Did the amount that they owed her increase or decrease?
Increase.
Alana. So if I said to you, it increased, right? So $25.66 is more than $10.15, right? Yes, I know. All right, so this is why we're going through this together, because it is a little bit confusing the way we look at it. So Nancy's credit increased because when we look at this, we look at the absolute value of the number, right? The company owes her more money. Let's say that again. In parts A and B, we're asked if the bill and the credit increased or decreased. Did they both do the same thing? Aaron? No.
The balance decreased while the credit increased.
And why do you think that happened?
Because the balance is how much money she has, while the credit is how much they owe her.
Okay, good. So they did not do the same thing. When we look at the balance, we consider the number line, right? When we look at the credit, we look at the absolute value. During the summer, Nancy decides to run the air conditioner in her house. After running the AC for a week, she checks her balance online and finds it changed from negative $25.66 to negative $9.66. Did her utility bill increase or decrease? What happened, Mylena? It did decrease because did I say decrease? What did it do? It increased, sorry. Because the number 966, negative $9.66 is higher than negative 25.66, right? All right, so Nancy's utility bill increased. And I'm going to say negative 25.66 is less than negative 9.66. E. Moving on to part E. Did Nancy's credit increase or decrease? So the amount the company owes her went from $25.66 to $9.66. Did what they owe her increase or decrease, Julius? It decreased, right? So Nancy's, goodness gracious, Nancy's credit decreased because the amount they owe her is getting closer to zero, right? So they used to owe her $25.66, and now they only have a credit for $9.66 on there. After a full month of running the AC, Nancy's utility bill changed from $152.14. When Nancy looked at the balance a week later, her bill was $190.25. Did her bill increase or decrease during this time? Emery? Yeah. So now we're just comparing regular old numbers that we know about, right? Nancy's balance increased. And moving on to part G. Did the amount of money Nancy owed the power company increase or decrease? So if she has a bill for $152.14 and then a week later it's $190.25, did the amount she owes them increase or decrease? I should see lots of hands right now. Terrell? Did you say increased? Yes. The amount Nancy owes increased. So part H is asking, are the answers to questions F and G different? Why or why not? So look at the answer to F, look at the answer to G, and tell me if they're different or the same with your hand up. Are they different or are they the same? Mylena? They are the same. Why? Why are they the same? Aryeh?
Because they both increased.
Okay, they did, but why? Kiani? Yeah, you're right about that. Emery, why did they say the same?
They're talking about how the money increased on the power company.
Right? Aaron?
They both pretty much said that her stuff increased. And not the same thing too.
They are the same thing. They're the same. You're right about all of that. Everything everybody said is right. But what I want you to understand is if we looked at the absolute value of a positive number, it doesn't change, right? So it doesn't matter if we look at it on the number line or we look at it as an absolute value, it's still going to have the same relationship. Because when we look at the absolute value of positive numbers, the relationship doesn't change. Because the absolute value of a positive number is that same number, right? Right? Yes, okay.